Canada. It's actually nursing for now. Then after we finish talking about nursing, I'll be answering another question basically. Remy, how are you, Jerry? So,
I'm fine. Oh, how are
okay,
you?
okay. I'm alright. I'm alright. Just woke up. So, this is your first time doing
Lazy
this.
Nigerian youth in Canada.
Is this your first time doing this?
Yes, it's my first time. I'm so nervous. Say I'm shaking.
I know you're gonna be touching your hair a lot.
I know.
So, guys, this is my friend I've been talking about since that. Oh, she's doing nursing in Canada. She's gonna pull up here. Okay. She's gonna pull up here and she's gonna like tell you her experience so far in Canada. How she got admission. Like we'll do that. How she got admission. What things they actually look for, like the school fees, the range. I bet she should have tried like different things. So Remy will just share experience with us and let's go. Let's just pick it up. How much to
Well,
buy?
I just saw a comment. Please, how much to buy Remy?
Don't answer that boy. I think what's his name? What's the name of this boy?
Jerry. It's not $1 million.
So, guys, if you guys cannot hear me very well, I'm actually gonna be posting the video after this on YouTube. So it will be a very great, share with your friends. I don't know why keep saying. So, Remy, what's the name of your
Yeah.
school? Canada? How did you get? Give us the
Okay.
journey, baby.
Uh,
Introduce yourself.
okay. Let me introduce myself first. So my name is Ayeni Oluwaremilekun. So you can
Okay.
call me Remy for short. You
Okay.
can just call me Remy for short. So okay. So not how would I put this? I never thought I was going to be a nurse. It was not my plan. It was not. Maybe 5 years ago, if anybody had asked me, I'd never say I was going to become a nurse. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was not in the plan.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just give you guys a background story of how it started. I was initially supposed to come to Canada to do my MBA.
Yeah.
That was the plan. I already got my admission. I already got my offer letter to come to Canada to study, to do my MBA, Masters in Business Administration.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was like a month or two before I got here. I was thinking and I was like praying. I recommend that a lot. You
Mm-hmm.
need to pray, get direction from God. And I was praying. I was like thinking about like okay, because before I started pursuing my admission to Canada, I was working in Nigeria. I had a
Yeah.
job. And I had a previous studies in Bangkok University. I
Yeah.
studied information resources management. Remember, I studied information resources management. Nothing close to nursing, nothing close to medicine, not science related at all. It was information, more like IT. So moving forward, I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, I've worked before as a human resources person. I've worked in this field. Was I really fulfilled? Was I really happy with what I was doing? Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I had other options, and I was like, okay, what other option? What have I wanted to do like all my life? Maybe when I was a kid or something. Something people would ask me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, nursing. And the spirit just led me to it. I prayed about it. I spoke to my sister about it, and I spoke to a very close friend of mine about it. It was as if our mind was even going. My friend, even before I said it to my
Mm-hmm.
friend was like, why don't you do nursing? I was like, wait, did I tell you? Or did the spirit tell you? So that was when I had nursing in
Makes
mind. But I didn't do anything about it. I just said, okay, let me just come to Canada let me start my MBA. Then I'll do a lot of research about how to switch into the nursing program.
program.
So when I got to Canada, I started my MBA program. Remember,
Sorry for like what
yeah.
getting what was your admission process like? What was your admission process? Was it like
So for
was it like
so
straight?
for so for MBA,
Yeah.
basically, I just had to look for a school. You search for schools online, do your research, look
Yeah.
for schools. There are schools that are open to international students, and there are schools that are not really open to international students.
Yeah.
I think so. So I did my research. I spoke to people. I knew people. I knew someone here before I got here,
Mm.
and she was the one that helped me in the admission process. She told me about the school and all that. So I got the offer. I applied. There are prerequisites. There are things that they need. They need your transcripts. They need your um, high school meaning secondary school. They need your result from that school.
Okay.
And for MBA, basically, I think you need job experience.
Okay. Makes
For
sense.
MBA, you need job experience
For
and
your
all
own,
that.
for your own school, like for the school you want to go to. What was the name?
Yeah, and I think most schools, I think my own school, which is University Canada West, they were
Okay.
even very lenient when it comes to the prerequisite for MBA. Other schools like University of British Columbia, Simon Fraser University, they are very strict. Like
Right.
they're very strict. You have to have GMAT, you have to have like other things. But UCW was kind of lenient.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding, because I do not have a business related background, I
I
had
go
to do what's it called?
pre
What's this thing called?
a post
Foundation.
that foundation.
Foundation business administration. So they teach you economics, they teach you all those things. So they had to do that. So basically I had to do my foundation first. You have to pass your foundation before you can move into the MBA
Yeah, program.
program proper.
Pa, pa, pa.
So yeah. So when I got here, fast forward, do you want to ask me another question?
When you got here, okay, just tell us when you got here, how was the whole process so far? How did you switch?
So when I got here, I was doing my MBA program. Meanwhile, there's something I need to tell you guys. Once you come here as a student, your visa shows that you have study visa. You
Okay.
have your study permit. You have to go to school. You cannot come here and just disappear. You have to go to school. What's that? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know what's going on with my phone.
Okay, so you have to go to school. You
That's
cannot come here and disappear. You
I
have
just
to go to school.
sense.
Yeah, you have to go to school. And I knew that. So I was like, because I already made up my mind I was going to switch to nursing. But I
Yeah.
knew that I had to be in school. I cannot do any other thing. I cannot say, okay, I'm going to leave school and start working. No.
Okay.
Like even though your study permit gives you the permit to work for 20 hours in a week, you still have to go to school. That's the only criteria for you to be in Canada. So I knew that, so I went ahead and did my MBA foundation because I already paid school fee and school fee
Yeah.
cannot even
Yeah.
waste.
True.
So while I was doing that, I was doing my research. I was asking people, okay, and another challenge that I had, because I am in British Columbia, one
Yeah.
of the challenges I had was that most schools don't teach nursing to international students.
Mm-hmm.
Most schools in British Columbia, even if they teach nursing to international students, there is a waiting list. A long waiting list, a waiting list of 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Are you for real?
Yes. So,
Remember, they said you make your phone normal like portrait. Like I think
oh,
your Instagram way.
okay.
So
So
like
you guys,
say
hold
that.
on. Hold on. Oh, they're tilting their head. Sorry, Emma Bino. So, as I was saying, I was doing my research on schools and all that. So, there's usually the schools that accept nursing, international students for nursing. There's a long waiting list. There's a waiting list of 2 years, 5 years, and more. And even before they would think of picking you an international student, they would have picked their citizen, pick
Yeah.
PR resident, permanent residents before they now pick you an international student. So just imagine. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I cannot do MBA that I don't really need. Then I'll now go back to do nursing again. So I had to think of alternatives. Meanwhile, I want to tell you guys, like when you're doing this thing, you need to do your research, ask people. Don't be scared of asking anybody, especially when you come to a new place. Don't be scared of talking to people. Ask questions. You might look stupid. People might look at you that people might tell you, oh, you're bugging me because people are really busy here. But still try to ask questions. Never get tired of asking questions. Keep asking. So I researched and I saw that there are different kinds of there are different areas in healthcare that you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a healthcare assistant,
Okay.
there's licensed practical nursing, and there is registered nursing.
Hmm.
So this is like step by step,
Yeah.
like it's a step thing. So
You
if
also,
you work,
you don't know this. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
yes. So like the thing is that what differentiates this healthcare assistant, licensed practice owners, and an RN is their scope of practice. So
Okay.
for an healthcare assistant, all you just do is basically, and another thing is that there's a lot of job opportunities in this area. You are not restricted to anything. So as an healthcare assistant, you can work in the hospital, you can work in care homes, you can do support worker, you can go to people's house and take care of them. You can, like, there's a broad scope. So don't think because, oh, I'm an healthcare assistant, then it doesn't make sense. I think I'm beginning to drift a little bit, but I just want to give you guys a background.
Everything we can get. That's
Yeah,
like
you
does
guys
that.
a of different areas in the health sector here.
Okay.
So, for healthcare assistants, you can just go to school for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Go to school for 6 months. It's really cheap. I think even whether you're an international student or you're a permanent resident, I think it's just $6,000 to be
Wow.
an assistant, and you get the license to work as a healthcare assistant. But the challenge with you coming from Nigeria and coming here to study healthcare assistant is that you cannot get a graduate work permit with that,
Ah. Wow. Oh, because it's 6 months. Oh, I
because
have
it's
to.
months. Yeah,
Makes
because
sense.
it's months. Yeah. So what you have to do, if you now decide that, okay, you're thinking that, okay, so for me, because I didn't want to be on the waiting list for RN for a long time, I was
Okay.
like, I did my research. I'll go back to that again. I'm beginning to drift. So I did my research and I found out about these three levels of healthcare sector. So I
Yeah.
was okay, and I started checking schools. I started sending emails to them. Okay, I'm an international student, I'm here for my MBA, but I want to switch into nursing. What are the options that are open to me? And I got in touch with like different schools. And again, be careful the school that you go to. Make sure the school is under the DLI, designated learning institution. They
Hmm.
have a number. If you go to a school that is not under the DLI, you're on your own.
Oh, and you're gonna go back to Nigeria after?
You are going to go back to Nigeria after, unless you now decide to go to another school again. And that would be like, that is a way of extending your stay in Canada, but that you're spending more money. So you have to be smart about it.
Okay.
And it's not just that there's some schools that are under the DLI, but
Yeah.
you do not get graduate work permits.
Okay.
That
Okay.
means after you study in that school,
Mm-hmm.
you still have to go to another school and like just look for how to extend your stay, and that's
Yeah.
another entirely again. That's another money. You're paying another money again. So
Again.
like, yeah. So I messaged, like I checked, someone told me about this, about okay, make sure that any school that you're going to is under the DLI has a DLI number. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I messaged different schools. I went to, like, you're even open to, you can go to the school,
Yeah, you
enter
can
the,
give them a call. You guys can give them a call.
call them. You can even make an appointment and go there to see the advisor and talk to them, and they'll tell you your option. And one thing I like about them is that they are very real with you. They'll tell you, oh, if you study in our school, there are job opportunities, but you do not get a graduate work permit. They will tell you, they are very sincere. They will tell you, and they told me, and I was like, okay, no problem. Then the school that I went to, the one that I finally went to,
Yeah.
is called Sternberg College.
Okay. Standing. You guys write it down.
Sternberg College is under DLI,
Okay.
but you do not get a graduate work permit.
Permits. Okay.
So the schools, the tricky part of this thing is that the schools that give you graduate work permits are the ones that there's a long waiting list. There's no long waiting list to be a care aide. There's no long waiting list to be a healthcare assistant, but there's a long waiting list to be an LPN, and
Oh.
because those are the main nursing profession. Those are the main thing.
Makes
But
sense.
for healthcare assistants, a lot of schools will take you to be an healthcare assistant, but you might not get a graduate work permit at the end of the day, which means that you still have to go to another school after.
Okay. So,
So,
like, so,
um,
so how, like, what's the plan after now?
me, thank God, I'm going. Okay, so See, another thing where I said that don't be scared of asking people for information. Don't be scared. There's one of my friend that actually went to the same school I went to in Nigeria, studied the same thing, also came here for her MBA, but later switched into nursing. But she's not in the same province as me. She went to another province. But
Okay.
the other province she went to, there's something called nursing after degree program.
Yeah. I'm
Some
not here.
nursing after degree program is like
What?
if you have
What? Sorry, what province is that?
Alberta.
Oh, Abacha. Okay.
Alberta, they're really open to international students. Like,
And if,
regardless of the program you want to, they're really open to international students. Like, their school, when it comes to nurse, I don't know about nursing, because when it comes to like all those medical fields, they're really very picky and they have to be careful about the people they take in.
okay.
So, nursing, but they're really open to international students in Alberta. So, so it was later when I already started my LPN that I got this information that there's something called nursing after degree program. Nursing after degree program is when you have a previous study, a previous bachelor's degree, whatever thing you study, maybe accounting, maybe engineering, whatever you study, even if it's Yoruba science
Mhm.
that you studied, so far you have a previous bachelor degree,
Okay.
you can do nursing in 2 years. Some people call it accelerated nursing program.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
instead of doing 4 years,
Four
you
years.
just 2 years because you have a degree before.
Makes
But
sense.
the only thing you have to do is you have to do prerequisites. You have to take some prerequisites.
Mhm.
Some prerequisite like you have to take biology, anatomy and physiology, chemistry, physics, and all that. You have to do those things before, and you have to pass them. You can take the prerequisites, like the school that I know of, University of Leadbridge. The university also provides you a program. It's a 1 year program where you can take the prerequisites. Then
Okay.
the prerequisites, you just enter into the nursing, the accelerated program, and you
Alright.
just do 2 year and few months you're done, and
Okay.
you become a registered nurse this time, not an LPN.
Okay. Makes sense. So what about people that did British Columbia? So what's the plan? Like, the whole point is to get a PR after and you get and everything. So what's the plan for someone like that?
But I don't get.
For you to get your like work permit after you finish studying. So what's
No,
the plan?
so the thing is, if you go to a school that gives you a work permit, like they get a graduate work permit after you study your LPN, you will definitely get your work permit. Like you definitely get it, and after you work for several. And when it comes to nursing, there are thousands of job opportunities. You are not limited. You get jobs like they are ready for you when you just finish like this. So far, you have your work permit.
Mhm.
They are ready to embrace you. Like they
Okay.
are ready to embrace you.
Someone was saying I already have prerequisite from Nigeria. Another person said, where can I take the prerequisites? Like, does it have to be like in Nigeria? Does it have to be like in Nigeria? You have to come to their school to like do the prerequisite. Or when you have the prerequisite where you're coming from, you're good.
So, I don't know how this works, but I feel like if
Mhm.
you do the prerequisites in Nigeria,
Yeah.
they convert, there's this thing, they do this conversion when it comes to West, and it's equivalent to their own.
Okay.
Maybe if you have A in all
Mm-hmm.
the that you do all the prerequisites and you have A, and you apply when you're applying to the school, you submit, oh, I have the prerequisites, these are all the prerequisites, and you
Mm-hmm.
apply. Like they would also take you if it's on the same level as their own grade and all that. They will definitely take you. I think so. I think it does not matter what you take the prerequisite. So far, you have what they're asking of you. If you have maybe anatomy and physiology, you have anatomy and physiology, physics, chemistry. It doesn't matter where you take the
You're
prerequisite.
prepared. Right.
They'll take you. They'll take you. I think they should take you, but it still not depends on if there is a waiting list or not. But again, I feel like I feel like they what's the word? Your grade matters a lot.
Okay.
Your grade, so how well you do, it matters a lot.
But okay. Remy, you did not finish with like all this kind of science program when you did undergraduate right in Nigeria, right? So what did they check out? What was the requirements for your own school? For your own school in
Okay,
Canada?
so for my school here in Canada, where I did my license practical nursing, when I applied to the school, I showed them my transcript from my previous study, like from Nigeria, from Bangkok University. I showed them my transcript, and regardless of that, they want to see my maths, my English. Even after they saw that in my school, even though they saw that in Nigeria I studied in English, they still wanted to know how well I speak and how well I can write. So in the school, there was a day I think they picked a day for me to come and do like my English test,
Mm-hmm.
writing, speaking, reading, and listening. And I did a maths test,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I did that. And that was like, it's not like the IELTS or CELP. This one
Yeah.
was good. I organized it and I did the exam and I passed. And even though I passed, I still had to take a biology class.
Okay.
So
Makes
in
sense.
that biology class, that was when I started. That was when I knew that I had started nursing.
Is
That
that
was
enough? Like,
that nursing. It was. It's not the same biology that we do in like we do in high school or secondary school. It's different. It's totally different. And that was when I started feeling the heat
it's
of nursing, because we had like a huge textbook and we had to finish that textbook in 1 month.
wow.
And for you to be able to get into the nursing program, I think you had to get about 80 over
It,
100. Like in total, your cumulative score, you had to get 80 over 100 before you can get into the nursing program. And thank God I passed, so I got into the nursing program. And that was like, because it was licensed practical nursing.
hmm?
And I think from my transcript, they saw that I had other social science courses, I had other social science and humanities courses, and I had
You-
English, maths, and biology. That's for LPN. And that
okay.
was how I was getting.
So, like,
So,
what will you ask to someone that wants to just come to Canada study nursing directly? Do you think there's an option for people that,
hmm.
like, there's an option for people coming directly to study nursing in Canada without like a background in anything, like coming straight from high school to come and study nursing?